episode of Gracias Come Again. I'm excited today. I feel like you are my one and only, female comedian that I connect with.
Oh, nice.
Bienvenida, Aida Rodriguez. To
Gracias.
Gracias,
Thank
Gracias Come Again. I'm so
you.
happy you're here.
Me
I feel like I
too.
know you.
I-
It's like with stand-up, you get to know so much about the person that
Mhm.
it's like, yo le conozco la familia, yo la
Yeah.
conozco a ella, I know everything about her, but I really don't.
It feels that way, though. I understand what you mean. I have
How
a
you
lot of
feeling
people say
today?
that to me. I feel good. I feel good. I'm always happy when I'm in New York. I land and I just hit the vibration of the city, and it's just like I just get back to.
It's a get money city. If you're here, I
Yeah.
know you're moving. I know you're shaking.
Yes, absolutely. And it's just on the move. Where in LA can be really.
I've been to LA and I'm like, what's going on? Is this all we're doing today? And they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's chill, it's relaxed. I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
you're so used to like call the train, call the Uber, make a reservation, go here, go there.
Yeah.
That LA, I can see how LA can be a little bit different. But you're from Miami.
So I grew up, yeah, I grew up in Miami, going back and forth between the Bronx.
Mhm.
And
She's like, don't take the Bronx away from me.
well, it's in you. You can't take it away,
It's
like
ingrained. It's not just in you.
yeah, it is ingrained. It's so funny cuz when people meet me, they never ask me if I'm from Miami.
No,
No, they always say, "What part of New York are you from?"
I love that.
Yeah, it's a very interesting thing because you know Miami people. Miami people have their own language. I don't think I've ever really assimilated into and I love Miami.
Do you claim it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where my mom is right now.
Alapata? Is she still there?
Alapata. She's still there.
It's crazy 'cause I lived in Miami for a little while and they were like, that's where the Dominicans are.
Alapata.
¿Tú te quieres hacer el pelo? A la pata. Como,
Así.
that's how they say it in
Yeah,
Spanish.
el
Like,
típico, all of it is
¿tú
over
quieres un
there.
chimi? Métete para la pata. I'm like,
Sí.
oh, what is this place? And I love it there.
Yeah.
And even when I'm in Miami, I still go get my hair done there.
Yeah, no, that's where
I love
it
that
is.
neighborhood.
Yeah, me too.
That's where mommy is?
That's where. Well, mommy is now she's like in Fort Lauderdale because
Okay.
she went up with my tío. But we were there. She was there for most of the time, and I spent a lot of time there.
It was back and forth, 50-50? Or what
I
would you
don't know
call
if it was 50-50. It was more Miami than New York, but it's just New York. New York doesn't go away,
Who do you have here in the Bronx?
So I have family here. My cousins are in Astoria. They're not in the Bronx anymore.
Queens is nice. I like Astoria. It's
Yeah,
a vibrant city.
Everybody is everybody is scattered around. They're not in the Bronx anymore, but I stay in the Bronx when I come here sometimes, and
It just feels good, right?
yeah, it feels like the only borough that hasn't been gentrified.
They've tried, but they haven't been able to.
Yeah,
They do
no.
have some buildings up in the Bronx where you could pay $5,000 a month and rent.
I know. I stay in one of those sometimes because I have a friend that lives there. But when you go outside and you spin the block, you right in the hood.
It's
so-
still the Boris, it's still the Dominicanos.
Yes.
We own the Bronx. I feel like that's the one borough that we're never going to give up. We're like,
Yeah. I hope they don't. I hope we keep it forever.
we have to have a borough that we can go back to. But like, yo me meto para allá to Sobro Garden with Jimmy. And it's like back in the days. Remember
Yeah.
Jimmy's Bronx Cafe,
Yes.
Sofrito, Sazon, all those
Yes,
spots?
yes.
When you go in there, it feels like, the original New York. I
Yeah.
call it the original New York.
That's what you call the original New York. Yeah, I feel that way too. There's something there. I don't feel in danger. I just hit the beat, I went to get something to eat the last time I was there. I stayed there the last time I stayed with Angela. The time before that I was in the Bronx and I stayed there. And I just got up, walked outside and just started walking, and then I started eating as I went. Everywhere I went, I got something different.
Como si nada. You be like, I'm gonna do those walking tours that they do,
Uh-huh.
but in the Bronx.
Yes, in the Bronx.
What's your go-to with the Latino food when you're in the Bronx? What you getting?
It's really hard for me because I don't eat pork. But
I don't eat pork
I
either.
haven't eaten pork since I was a kid. And
Since you were a kid?
yeah, because my grandmother she became a 7-day Adventist.
Mhm.
So we stopped eating pork.
This is your Dominican grandma or your
My
Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican grandma, my grandma.
Se acabó lo que había con el pernil.
See, and Puerto Ricans eat a lot of pork, right? So
Just randomly, you go to a Boricua house. They're like, tenemos un pernil en el horno. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? It's not even Christmas.
No, it's Wednesday. My sister made the other day. She was like, "I'm cooking." I said, "What are you making?" Una piernita. Like she just
Like, just random, right? A whole pork shoulder.
yeah.
Como si nada. Not a salad.
No, no, and I don't eat it. So it's so the battle between Puerto Ricans and Dominicans that is a ridiculous battle. I eat a lot of Dominican food
Claro que
because
sí.
I eat. I gravitate a lot towards it because I love fish and I love el chillo and I like arroz en la habichuela colorada. So that's my go-to. So even when I'm in the Puerto Rican neighborhood, I'll eat an alcapurria every once in a while or pastel,
Una empanadita de pollo.
una empanadita de pollo. Pero I eat a lot of fish. I have a friend who posts about me because everywhere I go, there's
You be like, do you have a fish?
a whole fish.
The whole fried fish.
El pargo, sí.
Cuando uno va a la República Dominicana,
Yes.
ese pescado es mandatory en la playa. ¿Tienen
Yes.
pescado frito?
Sí, delicious.
Bring the whole thing.
It's so good.
My husband be fantasizing about that fried fish. He's Puerto Rican, I'm Dominican, and he loves it in
No,
Dominican
it's
Republic.
delicious. It's delicious.
Last time we were there, he had the whole fish. I'm like,
Me
I
too.
guess. I don't like fish.
I love fish. I love seafood. So
Okay. You're expensive date.
I don't order anything I can't afford to pay for myself.
Come on, Aida. Deja tu vaina. I'm like, ¿qué es lo más caro que tienen aquí? That's what I'm going to be ordering.
No, me too. But I'm saying just in case somebody wants to splash on me, I'm like, I can pay. My grandmother told me that when I was in the hood, very young girl. She goes, "Don't ever go anywhere you can't afford to pay for yourself. Don't ever subject yourself to the humiliation of a man." And me metió eso en la cabeza.
I feel you because I've kind of like I've been a kind of like a flexer. Like, if I go out to eat, I'll be like, you want me to pay? Because I never wanted no man to feel like I needed him.
Same.
It was always like, I always have my car, I always have my crib, I always have my degrees. I'm like, well, New Yorkers and Latinas, and we're not gonna let nobody, make us feel like lesser up. I got my own bread. Yo tengo mi cuenta de banco. Mi crédito está bien. What's the deal? You want to mess with me? Yes or no?
That's right.
No te necesito.
Yeah, I love that.
If I mess with you, it's because I like you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's life is too short to be with somebody that you don't like.
Absolutely.
And
not.
I don't have a strong stomach like that. I look
know.
at yo veo esas mujeres and I'm like, man, I salute them because I can't. It's written all over my face.
Mi tigre me tiene que gustar a mí.
A mí.
Sí,
igualmente.
mira, yo le digo a mi esposo, si yo te pegué el cuerno fue porque el tigre me gustó. No fue por dinero, no fue por status, no fue por nada. It's because
Yeah.
I need to be with somebody I like. No disrespect. Like if you have your sugar daddy, if you have,
Yeah.
somebody older, somebody who's not as attractive, that's on you. But when it comes to me,
Yeah. No, para el gusto se hicieron los
I gotta
colores.
like you,
Pero, nah, I can't. I don't have the good. I wish, because my life would have been a lot easier. But I don't have it. That's not my thing.
where are you now with love?
So I'm single right now.
Good for you. Enjoy
Yeah.
it.
I was in a long relationship and it didn't work out. And then I went and did some trauma therapy because I wanted to investigate within myself what the shortcomings and the issues and how I show up in the best way that I can, because I don't want to be in any more relationships that are so toxic. And I've just been chilling. I've been talking to people. I talked to somebody that I kind of like, but I'm just taking my time, just really just chilling. I've been in a relationship my whole life. Like it feels that way.
So it's kind of like your long-term relationship after long-term relationship
Yeah.
since you were young.
Since I was a child, yeah. So I'm looking.
Is this your first time that you're like single?
This is my first time that I feel like I'm single, and I'm gonna say I say single and sane, but I say it in in jest. But I mean, I think probably the most healthy that I've been as a single person, because before when I was single, I felt like I was missing something, like I was incomplete. And it was because of all the stuff they taught me when I was a young girl, and always being told to find a good man and not to.
It's crazy that you say that, because my sister, she's been single for a while, and we were just talking yesterday, and she's like, can you believe mom just told me to just have a kid as a single person. I'm like, what do you mean without a man? And she's like, yeah, just have a kid, just so you can check off the kid box. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with moms? And I don't want to just say Latina moms, because the pressure of like, te tiene que casar, tiene que tener hijo, tiene que comprar una casa, like all those boxes. And it's 2025. Like, life is so different now.
Yeah.
That I feel, as far as like feeling that pressure of like, tiene que tener tu casa, tiene que tener tus hijos, tu esposo, like.
Nah. And when I think about some of the men that I have, entertained, not all been in relationships with, some bums like that should not ever even have the opportunity to know me. Not because I'm all that and I think I'm better than anybody, but because I if I was in a sane, whole place, I would never entertain these clowns. And so it's just the pressure of feeling like, oh, he has a good job, he has money, he has a career, and still he's a clown. It's like, I don't, I think now I feel happy. I'm like, this is the first time I've been happy and single. Like, I remember being in my room and waking up in the morning and just realizing that I was free, and I just started crying of happiness.
Of happiness?
Happiness.
Fucking
just
love
like,
that for you, man.
I was so happy. I was like, oh, this is what it feels like to feel like, I love this quote, I belong deeply to myself.
That's beautiful.
Because I felt like I've belonged to people, and it feels good. So I'm chilling. I'm enjoying dating, and I don't believe the propaganda. I do believe if I want to be in a relationship, I can be in one, but I don't.
You choose not to.
I don't want to be in any old raggedy relationship.
Just to be like, I got a man.
Yeah, no.
Or I got a girl.
No. Man.
A man.
Yeah.
I was like, don't put that on me. I'm
cool. I'm cool. I just don't. I think when I think about being in a relationship with a woman, I think about myself. I remember my therapist was like, would you date you? And I was like, hell no. Like,
I say it all the time. I'm like, I don't know how women date women, because just like, very temperamental, very moody.
I'm a lot.
I wake up some days, I'm like, no me joda nadie.
Yeah, nah.
Them hormones are raging and shit is not where it needs to be. Imagine both of us together, you just
I can't
crashing out on our period.
I can't do it.
We are not doing that.
Yeah, I have really bad menstrual cycles. So I just was like, I'm just chilling. I'm having a good time.
Detoxing from relationships. Yeah. And I love that. Nobody asking you, ¿a dónde tú estás? Where you going? Why you took that picture? Why you posted that story?
Yes.
That stress.
Yeah.
I wish I should on nobody.
Yeah. Also, just enjoying learning myself in a way where I've been talking to people and just learning, I don't like that, or that is a red flag for me, or this is a deal breaker, or I really appreciate that he did this or that he said that. I've never learned this stuff. I've always been told, this is what you deserve, this is what you should have. And now that I've learned, no, it's not. Like, I'm just enjoying really learning myself in a way that I've never been able to do before, because I've been in these crazy relationships.
So much noise that you can't even hear your soul speak to you, right?
Absolutely. And yeah, my ex was very, he had a lot of opinions. He was always telling me stuff.
About your career?
Everything. Just always, in authority and in so many things. A really wise man, but just kind of daddy-ish, very daddy-ish. And so when we broke up, I remember when I moved, I went to a furniture store because I was furnishing my new place, and I couldn't make a decision because I couldn't get his voice out of my head. And I started crying in the furniture store because I kept saying, oh, he would think this is a stupid move, or he would think it. To be able to unpack that, like in therapy and all of the stuff, I had just become the epitome of the women that I used to criticize when I was younger. I'm never going to be like that. And I had just become like that because I didn't allow myself a moment to just listen to my own voice. I was always listening to the voice of the man in my life. And it just became so overwhelming and so boring to listen to somebody just because they say so.
And then you start trusting their opinion more than your own.
And based on nothing of merit. You're like, just thinking back, like, why did I listen to this person and do this because they told me to? Look at their life. Like, why are you listening to these people? So, and I know I'm long-winded about this subject
Nah,
because I
you're good.
feel
You're
I
good.
want young women, especially younger women,
Hmm.
that are always being told within our culture, "Búscate un hombre bueno, busca."
Te tienen que casar.
Yeah, look for yourself and find yourself before you go looking for somebody else.
And that's true. Find who you are. And, if your partner come, and that also like that searching on the apps, que
No.
on this, que in the DMs, que si veo, that's got to be exhausting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've met people that I've gone out on dates with through social media who've DM'd me, but it's
Really?
because it's people that know somebody that
Oh,
I know. But that's not my go-to for dating, and the apps just don't work for me.
people recognize you like on the apps. They know
Some
exactly.
some some
But you
have
use your full name.
no, I don't.
Okay.
But no, but I have guys when they figure out who I am. This is the worst on the apps. I got a joke for you.
Oh my God, my guy,
Yeah.
please don't do that. Estúpido coño.
Yes. And it's like they'll tell you the joke and you're like, oof,
That's like left,
that's not funny.
unmatch.
Yeah, unmatched. I want my rose back. Like though everything, whatever's on the app. Look, so I am not on an app.
Now let's talk comedy.
Let's talk comedy.
I love you on stage.
Thank you. I
That's
appreciate
special when you have the shorts. I'm sorry, I couldn't focus on nothing but your legs.
Oh, I appreciate
I'm like,
that.
she got these good ass legs. She got these shorts. She's moisturized. Like, I love watching that special just because of the way you look.
Thank you.
The jokes are good too. Don't get me wrong, but you just look so good. And you know what's crazy? I expected you to be tall because I'm like, she don't got little legs. She
No,
got
I
good
am
tall
tall.
woman legs.
Yeah. My grandmother was una señora muy elegante, right? My grandmother,
Your Dominican grandmother?
my Puerto Rican grandmother. I never met my Dominican grandmother.
Okay.
So I grew up with my Puerto Rican grandmother, who's a matriarch of my family. Aida, I'm her namesake. But I grew up with this woman whose shoes always matched her purse. She never went out, not arregla. She used to get her hair done every Friday.
Muy pintadita.
Yeah, bien pintadita. Her nails were always done. And it rubbed off on me, like I used to go to the salon with her, my lady's salon for the blowout every week. And so I just remembered her when I went on television because she used to love to watch TV and she would always comment on the women being elegante and dressed well. So I honor her that way. So when I do my comedy specials, I'm always gonna dress up and wear my heels and my makeup. It's me paying homage to my abuela.
And you're doing a goddamn job.
Thank
at it. Now, 'cause
you.
you look absolutely amazing. Now, you're also an author. You're also an actress. You're also a producer. How many hats does Aida Rodriguez wear?
I wear many.
You're a mom, too.
Yeah, I am a mom.
I forgot the most important title. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, you don't have to apologize for that. That's been the greatest gift for me. And now that I'm stepping into just becoming Aida for Aida, it's been fun wearing a lot of hats. What I have made a decision and is that whatever hat I'm wearing at the time, that's the hat I'm dedicated to so that I can do a good job. Because I see a lot of people putting on all the hats at the same time. And I'm an artist, so I like to express myself differently. I don't have that narcissistic trait that a lot of artists have, that they need to be recognized and acknowledged and seen.
I don't get that from you at all.
It's not my thing. So, like, I directed these comedy specials for these comedians, and Dominican Ian Lara, who's a brilliant voice, and Marcela Arguello. I love just showing up in my jeans with my sneakers and just directing them and shining the light on them. I just like to create. It's just that's where my sweet spot is. So I am a writer, though. The writing is probably the foundation of everything that I do.
It's like the ground up, right?
Yeah.
Even with your comedy, it's like you write the material and then you take it
Absolutely.
from there. So I can see where that comes. And I love the fact that you mentioned working with other women that do what you do, because in some spaces women feel like if I bring you up, I'm not gonna eat.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. They close doors, they gatekeep. So you working with other women, I love that. It makes me
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, I love it. And I think it's important because when you think about Latinas in the business, if we are really honest, the ones who are very visible, you can't think of other women that they've ushered into fame. They're too insecure. a lot of Latinas in the business, and I know people, I'm going to get flack for this, but I don't care because we've been over sexualized. We're always
Very much so.
objectified, and we become a shell, this physical, and then we start getting older, and then what now? Because it's 25 million beautiful young girls that just got off a bus that want to be stars, and it's like you can't insulate yourself from reality. You can be around all the people you want to that lie to you and tell you everything you want to hear, but somebody's coming for it, right? And so I think it's just sad because like we were talking about this the other day, like I'm not naming names, but you
No, it's
say
fine.
who have you ever seen that such and such brought into the fold so that they could shine? You don't see that, and it's really sad in our community because Nicole Kidman and Naomi Watts are best friends. And they both have very successful careers. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are best friends. They have successful careers. They complement each other. They show up in each other's
Taylor
projects.
Swift and Selena Gomez.
Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez. But when you think about Latinas, you're like, why? Like, why are you so afraid to show up? For me, I've been blessed because I have Tiffany Haddish showed up for me.
I love that. That special
Wanda
was
Sykes
amazing.
showed up for me. Mimi Valdez showed up for me.
Mimi's dope.
But it's a rarity. It's una inseguridad, and it's just like, why? Like, there's room for everybody. And if you're at the top and you are the head honcho and you got all the money, you got all the followers, you winning, 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 what is ushering another younger woman or another woman, period, how is that going to shake you in any way?
Sometimes I think, it stems because it's across a lot of, different occupations, whether it be acting,
Oh, yeah.
comedy, radio.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it comes from us not having that many spots. Let's say a white man in comedy or even a black man in comedy. There's 1,000 spots, and maybe for a Latina, maybe we feel like, oh no, if I bring you in, you're going to take my spot and then I'm going to cease to exist.
Sure.
And that, that mentality has to be, that's like the same thing with me. It's just like, just because I work with someone, let's say they want to launch a podcast, they want to launch a TV show, I'm like, put me down. Where do I show up? I don't feel like if I help someone, I'm going to cease to exist.
Right.
Because I am very much about, an abundance mentality.
That's right.
When you put it out, you get it back. But
Yeah.
if you're listening and, you're in a space where you can help, I say do it.
Yeah.
Hold the back door open.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's also entrepreneurship. It's really intelligent to do stuff like that because, Angie Martinez is another one that has showed up for me.
That's my OG.
Yeah, she's given me opportunities. She's interviewed me.
She loves you.
She shows up, but she brought Selena's to my show. Like the idea of creating opportunities. Issa Rae is a great example of that because she always talks about reaching across. Donald Glover. They've made other people stars. That's good for business.
Of course,
that creates more. That creates more roads. Like Donald Glover. Do you think about? He did Atlanta. Lakeith, Brian, and Zazie are all stars now. That's smart. And Donald Glover did not stop being a star as a result of that.
He would be like, now I'm Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
Now I'm Donald Glover. I remember it was back and forth.
Yeah.
Depending on what we would report on, we would change the name.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And look where Issa Rae is now.
Yeah. And that's what makes her, so phenomenal. And I just do not understand what it's going to take for us to do that with each other, Because I would love to see that in our community.
I feel like in this room, we're on probably episode 50 or 60, and I've sat down with everything. I'm talking actors, comedians, photographers, and Luis Guzman came and he was like, I was told I had to come do this. Same thing with David Zayas from.
I know David.
He was like, oh no, they told me I had to come here. So I feel like rooms like this are creating the whole let's help each other.
I love it.
And I love that. It's like Dasha Polanco came, and then after Dasha Polanco came, some of her some of her co-stars came, and it's like but it starts with us. It very much starts with us.
Absolutely.
Because this didn't exist, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna create this, and I'm gonna bring people up here. And then Arlene MC was here, and she's like, I want to work with Cardi, and I'm like, I gotta reach out to Cardi. And then the other day, Cardi was playing her song, and I'm like, this is gonna happen for her.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
So we're gaining traction, especially here in New York. We just had the New York Latino Film Festival.
I know.
And we were just all promoting each other and showing up to movies. I would want to say that, we're trying.
Yeah.
Here in New York, my circle, I feel like we are generally trying.
Yeah, that sounds great. I love it. You're naming people that I know and people who do show up. David Zayas and Liza,
they're amazing.
They both are amazing. They've come to see me perform at the Yonkers Comedy Club, and he brought Liza to the show. He was like, my wife really loves you, and I was like, are you kidding me? I love her. I've watched The Bear because of her, and Louis también. I just think
I feel like also the climate we're in right now is really forcing us to.
We have to
show up for each other, and support each other, and post our movies, and post our comedy specials, and post our podcasts.
Yeah.
We don't have another option. You see what's happening right now? We have to band together more than ever.
Absolutely, I agree. Callisto does a lot of work.
Oh, he's amazing. I had him up here. Him and Manny Perez came up here. They have a dope movie. A Tiro Limpio is out now. I was like, Jesus, what
I haven't seen it, but I saw.
It's an amazing, amazing movie.
I want to watch. Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, because Elvis Nolasco had a short film that was at the
film festival.
Yeah, and he's always supporting new filmmakers. So yeah, I actually the New York Latino Film Festival hosted one of the comedy events that I did. I hosted it for them, but it was through them, the comedy competition. Like, they've been very involved in comedy with Latinos.
And I say it all the time. When that happens, we have to all mobilize. We have to show up. They're honoring Michelle Rodriguez. Vamos para allá.
Sí.
They're showing the Bad Bunny concert on 42nd Street. I know Times Square is not the best place to be, especially if you're a New Yorker. You tend to reject it.
I know.
Pero vamos para allá. Vamos a ver Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I know.
Because they're streaming his last concert. Let's talk Bad Bunny at halftime.
I love it. I'm so happy.
How dope is that?
It's amazing. I love Bad Bunny for so many reasons. I've loved him for a very long time. The guy who directed my comedy special, Fighting Words, Chris Mercado, worked a lot with Bad Bunny before Bad Bunny blew up like that. Y siempre me decía, that kid loves the island. He doesn't want to leave. Like, we have to go to him. He loves Puerto Rico in a way that is pure. And I'm very excited that he is going to bring this to this stage, because regardless of what all these racist, crazy people are saying, Bad Bunny is going to elevate the Super Bowl and take it to places that it isn't. He's going to take that show and make it really a global affair in a way that it hasn't been. And
ever.
They are smart to do that.
Listen, it's a marketing move. It's a business move. It's like, I don't care what anybody has to say. They're going to be watching in Lima, Peru. Sí. They're going to be watching in Colombia, in Venezuela,
Argentina.
in Uruguay. Like,
yep.
Do you understand what they just did? They don't care about just middle America, white man watching the Super Bowl. They understood the assignment. They're like, we're going global with this.
And I mean, in the last few years, Kendrick, Dre, and Bad Bunny have been the very few Americans who have played the Super Bowl.
You saw that? You saw that list?
Yeah, because U2 and Enrique Iglesias, those are not American citizens. I didn't even know Shania Twain was not an American
even
citizen.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd is from Canada.
Is from Canada. They were like, Shakira de Colombia. See? I love Shakira, but de
it's
Colombia.
True.
But it is true.
And he's like one of the few Americans that have been, that are performing at the Super Bowl. And listen, Puerto Rico is fine. Puerto Rico can be fine by itself without the United States. My dream is for Puerto Rico to be liberated from this curse of being. People think that America has made Puerto Rico better. It is not. It has, cut us off at the knees. And I bleed for that island, even though I live in the States. But when we had Hurricane Maria, I was on the ground already raising money, already sending stuff over there, putting roofs on people's houses, electricity, sending kits. Because that's home. That's the motherland. And I dream for a free Puerto Rico.
Do you think we'll live to see that day?
I hope so. I believe in it. I think that, fascism and white supremacy, oppression, colonialism, what part of the trick is to make you believe that it'll never end and that it'll never go away. And I refuse to accept that.
I always bring that up. I always, my husband's Puerto Rican, and I always be like, do you think Puerto Rico will ever liberate themselves from the United States?
Yeah, they have to. We have to. We have to say, Because the reality is that it's not great there.
It's not.
They're not doing anything but poaching the island.
Oh, that's a whole nother topic. Now it's like, now let's take the island. Let's build these mansions. Let's
Yeah.
take advantage of these tax laws.
Yeah, taking there's and like when the comedian that said that Puerto Rico was a floating piece of garbage, I was like, I agree. It is a floating piece of garbage because it's full of white people that have come there to
Paul Logan,
gentrify the island. There are more Puerto Ricans outside the mainland than on the mainland than on the island. So yeah, it's a floating piece of garbage. You got a bunch of white colonizers that are there destroying and infecting our island. So you're right, it is a floating piece of garbage, and we'd like to clean it up.
We want our shit back.
So come get your mans.
I love this conversation. I feel like we're connected, because I'm like, everything she's saying is the same exact way that I feel, because it's something that I want for Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
I want for Puerto Rico to be independent again.
Yeah, there's something to the fact that they've always been told, you need the states for what? For what? To sterilize our grandmothers? For what? For what? To come and bring and gentrify our land, to try to kill our coquí? Like, what do we need y'all for?
My mother-in-law, she's Puerto Rican. She said, "Viste que están matando los coquíes."
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What do we need you for? I don't know. You tell me what we need you for.
There you go. Ida said, give me that answer.
I need it. I'm sure some of the dummies will show up in my comment section,
It'll be fine. Listen, it'll be fine. It's a reality. And, as Latinos and, Puerto Rican, you see it differently than the way, America sees it, whether it be black, white, or whatever it is. For us, this is different. And when I visit, I see it. I feel it.
Yeah.
And I was reading something. They were like, there's like 300,000 like vacant homes in Puerto Rico. And I'm like, it's a beautiful island. There is a reason why these homes are empty. There is a lot of stuff with, the passing down of the homes and the paperwork not being in order, but people leaving instead of choosing to, we're going to stay here, we're going to fix this.
We have a corrupt government that is negotiating the island and becoming sycophants of this administration, and they have been, participating in the poaching. You have real estate agents who do not respond to you if you have a Latino surname, because we were trying to buy Walter Mercado's house,
Really?
and the realtors would not respond to us, and y se lo vendieron a un gringo.
Who is we? You and who else?
It was just me and people in my
How epic
family.
would that have been?
Yeah, and I wanted to preserve it. I wanted to. It's something beautiful that belongs, that belongs to us. It's culture for us. No, they sold it to un gringo, and it's because a lot of us who hate ourselves are participating in the destruction of what our great grandparents and our ancestors built, and they're gonna pay for that.
We should be preserving.
Yeah, absolutely.
La Casa de Walter Mercado should be a museum.
Absolutely.
All his robes, everything he stood for, all his photographs, like they sold that house.
You know how many times I reached out to those people?
They sold that house to just un gringo.
To a retired man or something like that.
My mind is blown right now.
They would not. Do you know how many times? I have all the emails. I have the receipts. They would not respond. And then somebody finally told me, they're not going to respond to you because of your last name.
Pero ven acá,
Tell one of your white friends to email them for you.
We got to make fake emails?
As if our money doesn't spend, It's
Igualito. And you would think that if you're a Latino realtor in Puerto Rico, you'd be like, yes, let's preserve this. Vamos a dárselo a Aida Rodriguez quiere comprar esto. We got to mobilize. We got to make sure she gets this.
Son unos arrastrados.
My mind is blown right now. Estoy encojonadísima. Estoy encabronada, como dicen ustedes.
No, the politician in Puerto Rico that was speaking about what was happening with the ICE, he went off. I forgot his name. I follow him. He goes, son unos arrastrados. And he just went in on this rant. And I felt him in my soul. Like, I pray for the day that we learn to love ourselves, because that's from there stems so many of our issues, that we hate ourselves. We want to be in proximity to whiteness so bad, and those people don't mess with us like that. Not all white people, but the white people you want to appeal to, they don't mess with you like that. You think they do. It's opportunity, bro.
It's crazy. That's one thing I've always rejected. It's something in my family, as far as like, wanting to be white, wanting to marry white, wanting to talk white. And they made me fully reject it. I'm like, nah, yo voy a hacer. I was born and raised here, and I'm like, I'm going to be extra Dominicana. Voy a comer la comida. Voy a ir. I've gone to Dominican Republic probably like 40 times. I'm like, I'm going to visit my island. I don't want to do what you people are doing. I don't believe that, whitewashing myself as a Latina is going to make me better, more profitable. No.
It's sad, though. It just makes me sad because I know, some people don't know better. And if you don't know better, you can't do better, right? They don't have the benefit of an education. They don't. And that's the biggest problem that we have is a poor education. But some of these super successful people that should know better, right? That's the one. Those are the ones that burn me.
People
because
in my family.
Yeah.
Gente que tienen dinero, gente que tienen tierra. Hay que mejorar la raza.
No, que
What are you talking about? Déjame tranquila. Me gusta mi tigre morenito.
That's gonna be me for. Son unos arrastrados. Like it's not. That's my word.
Forever and ever. And you know what's crazy? I feel like we've been saying what we want, and that's the name of your podcast.
Say what you mean.
I mean, say what you mean.
Yeah, say what you mean. I think it's important for people to express themselves. I think that. Even though Latinos always say, yo no tengo pelo en la lengua, right? That's the thing. I say what I say, but I say what I want to say. Nothing's going to keep me from saying. I keep it real. I keep it a stack. But everybody that comes on that show will tell you, the most bold people that I know will be like, yeah, there was this time. Because there's always a moment where we wish we would say something and we don't. And we've been taught that some things are better left unsaid. We don't want to rock the boat. We're afraid. And so I wanted to create a safe space where people could come and say it on the internet for everybody to hear it.
And for a lot of people, that can be very scary.
Yeah, it is.
Even sometimes topics that I take on here. Sometimes they get tend to, like I had Snow the product on. I'm pretty sure you know. She's
I love Snow.
And me and her were going in, and my producer was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Absolutely. If I'm saying it, I believe it. I feel it. I mean it."
Yeah.
Nah, she's fucking dope.
Somebody.
Shit.
I was on her page the other day because somebody said I've never really heard her say she was Mexican, and then she pulled out the receipts.
Are you crazy?
All the way back, and I'm like, that's all. I've always known her to be
West Coast
Mexican,
Mexicana, una Latina. No, but la gente jode mucho online. I'm like, yo, the shit people say online, like, say it in person. Say it to my face.
Won't.
Never.
No, there's no accountability.
Say what you mean. How did you decide I'm going to do podcasting also?
So, my manager and I were talking about a podcast.
You started in radio, right?
I did radio. I wouldn't say I started in it.
Was that at the beginning of your career or no?
Yeah, well, I dabbled in it. I would do underground radio in Miami. But I respect journalists, and I think that as a comedian, because so many people, somebody will kiss a cat on YouTube and get 10 million views, and now they're a comedian. So I try to respect people's crafts.
I feel it.
And so journalism is not easy. Doing radio is not easy. People think that, you just show up and start talking.
No,
they don't know,
absolutely not. Listen, just the nerves. I've been in radio 10 years, and every time you hit that button, bro,
I know.
you got to compose yourself. When you're on stage, the nerves ain't easy.
No, it's a job. It's a career. It's a craft. It's a skill. So yeah, I've done it before, but not real radio as a real radio journalist. But we were talking about a podcast. I had a podcast before.
What was the name of it?
Truth Serum.
Ooh.
And I did Truth Serum.
I like that.
Through COVID. And it just got really heavy, and it was very necessary at the time.
It was the time, yeah.
Ben Crump did it, Van Lathan did it. Like I had a lot of people come through and do it. Killer Mike did it.
Well, these guests you have, they won't give us the truth.
Yeah, they came and did it. It was during the protest, George Floyd's lynching, all of that stuff. So we had, and it was great. But it ended because all things have to end. And then, so for this one, when I said I wanted to do another podcast, we were talking about it. I wanted it to also have some levity and to be fun and people to see that side of me because Truth Serum had been so heavy. And I wanted to keep it short. It's a 30-minute podcast. and it's fun. I've had some great people. Selena Sleva has done it.
She's
Yeah. I can't remember anybody right now because I'm sleep deprived, but we've had some really good interviews, some really great people to stop by and sit in that seat. And I'm just really excited about it because I've also had, I'm on 49. I've done 49 episodes.
that's dope. But you haven't pushed them all out just yet.
No, they're out.
All 49.
Yeah, we're on hiatus right now. We go back at the beginning of the year for our fourth season.
You're on break right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
What are you doing when you're on break?
Well, I'm on the road. I'm touring because I'm getting ready for a new hour that I'm going to shoot at the beginning of the year. So that's why I'm here. I've been doing some stand-up. I also was hosting a book event with a Dominican writer, Alejandro Herrera, which you should know. He wrote a book called Loca. Just got nominated for an award, and it's a beautiful novel about a Dominican queer kid. These queer kids in the Dominican Republic and here, and it's really, really a beautiful novel. And so I hosted that. We had we did a Say What You Mean episode about the book yesterday, but I'm here working on my stand up, and I'm shooting a movie. I'm in a movie called Hurricane Seasons. I shot part of it here in August, and I go to Puerto Rico next month to shoot for a month.
When's that out?
It's gonna come out. I mean, I'm sure next year.
2025.
Yeah, because we finished shooting at the end of December, and Elvis Nolasco's in it. Alicia Peña Pascual, who's Dominican, she's my daughter. Jernesco Nacho's in it. She played Lisa.
Oh, she was here
in the Lisa movie.
She's dope. I gotta hit her up.
Luis Ponce's in it. Like it's really
because nice
we're going back and forth between the islands. So yeah, we're shooting that, and then when I come back, I go back to the podcast, and then I do my special.
You're busy. You're moving.
Gotta stay busy.
Listen,
activa.
Get into that coin too. Hay que buscar los cuartos.
Sí, nos tenemos que ir. I'm working on getting my Dominican citizenship right now.
¿Y para qué tú quieres eso? ¿Te quieres poner a comprar tierra para allá y de todo? What
you
doing?
We have to go back and regentrify our islands. We have to go back to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic and lead by example and buy property there and raise the property value in our motherlands. It is important. It starts with us.
Definitely. I got some property out there in the Dominican Republic.
You look like you got some property out
there. Absolutely. My mother is actually there now. My mother, she's always been about real estate. Mm-hmm. My mother has apartments, houses, commercial buildings. Mm-hmm. She don't invest her money in nothing but real estate.
That's
She's like, ahí yo sé dónde está mi dinero te seguro. Then she rents them, and then she takes all the money. Dominicana al fin.
Sí, you got to own land.
Yeah, but I love Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo. Yo vuelvo. I posted. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Come here. Come to this hotel. Mm-hmm. Something, but definitely buy the properties. Especially Puerto Rico, man. There's a lot of properties. Y si tú te pones para lo tuyo, you get yourself a nice house where you could go back and make sure you bring your kids there and be like, this is where we're from.
That's right.
We can't really separate ourselves too much. Even if we were born here.
Yep.
I say I'm Dominican.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Of course.
And some people are like Dominican American. I'm like, just Dominican.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican. And I'm Puerto Rican and Dominican because my father's Dominican. I grew up with my Puerto Rican family. But I don't feel like I should have to say I'm Puerto Rican American because Puerto Rican is American. And I'm tired of them doing that to us, right? Yeah.
That right there?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's unnecessary to say that. That's them othering us. But, I love us. I love my people. And I look forward to the day where we are victorious, which is all the time. We do great things. In spite of all the things that they've done to us and try to hold us back, we still standing and we still make it happen.
100%, man. We're winning. Mm-hmm. We're leading. And no matter how they want to paint us, we're going to fight back.
That's right. We're always going to win.
We're going to show them. We're going to be like, somos educados. We got our degrees. We got our careers. We got our cribs. We got our whips. We go on vacations. We're just as good as any other race.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to thank you so much today for stopping by.
No, thank you.
I want you to go to your hotel, get some sleep.
And get ready for my shows.
Get ready for your shows. Are you going to be able to sleep before you go to the shows?
Probably not, because I don't. It's just because I'm only here for a few days. The time difference between here and LA. So
the West, forget about it. I can't get with the jet lag, but
I come here every month because I have to come here for stand up. And I wasn't because I had become so busy in LA and I was working on some other stuff. But now that I'm back, because I was here a few weeks ago, I'll get used to it.
Bring your ass back. Bring your ass back.
I love it here.
I'm so happy we got to talk.
I
to
know
you a little
me
bit better.
too.
No, we didn't joke around too much, but it's okay. I could watch you on TV and
I
laugh at your
know.
jokes.
You can come to a show. You can come to any show you want.
You'll hear me right in the background. Yo me río durísimo. I'm
I
that person that
know.
laughs loud as
Angela's coming to the shows tomorrow.
hell. Really?
She comes. When I directed the special, she was there. When I was in Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic shooting the documentary for my special, she came to Puerto Rico. She shows up.
Nah, Angela Yee's a real one. I love her. That's my little baby.
Yeah, no, she told me the same about you.
Yeah, no. We vibe out. We're good. But I want to really, really thank you for showing up today.
Of course. Thank you for having me. This is beautiful.
Thank you so much.
We need you.
I'm here. I'm working. Yo trabajo para ustedes. El que tenga un proyecto, tiene una película, tiene un álbum, lo que sea que tú tengas. You're a photographer, you're a director. As long as, you're part of my cultura, I'm going to support you. Mexicano, puertorriqueño, salvadoreño, lo que sea. Si hablamos todo español, somos lo mismo.
Le voy a decir a todo el mundo que yo conozco, tiene que ir para allá.
Claro que sí. Put in the word.
I will. You'll see.
Gracias and come again.
Thank you.
Aida Rodriguez.
Yay.